But just before we move on to the next one, I just wanted to take a moment because we don't really have a topic for Huerter today other than the fact that he's really, really good. So I want to take a moment to appreciate Kevin Huerter.
Should we just give like 10 seconds of silence for Huerter's greatness?
I think we should give a round of applause.
Okay, let's go.
Just like this.
Kevin Huerter, Red Velvet, the big hurt.
That's really, he just shows up. He comes with I'm not really, I wasn't, you can't really be impressed with a lot of these guys' costumes except for his.
Who is he?
He showed up in a like inflated thing where he's like in the body of the alien, but the alien's head is behind him, and it looks like he's like getting carried.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that
it's just like the funniest thing, and he's
shooting 53%.
Yeah, I'm like
from three, 50% from the field, 18 points a game, 4 assists. Yeah, I wasn't expecting 4 assists from Huerter.
Oh, him in the 2-man game with Domas. It's just like he gets like 2 or 3 assists just from like, whether it's Domas getting a dunk or Domas pulling up. He had a couple mid-rangers in these last couple of games. And it's like him and Huerter have just been just to get Fox off the ball a little bit and just to attack different defenders and give them different looks. It's just like Huerter has just been, him and Domas just look so good together. And it's just, it's incredible. And he's played really well on the defensive end. I think he's got, I was talking about Lyles having a good defensive rating. I don't know actually if I mentioned that, but Lyles has been having a good defensive rating in his 4 appearances this year. But Huerter has a respectable one, and he's been playing a lot of minutes. He's got a 109.7. I think like usually he's well over 114, like 115, 116. So he is, and we pointed this out at the beginning of the season that it's like, yeah, he's a 2-way talent. He's really developed on the defensive end. But he still needs some work there. I mean, like sometimes you watch his tape in Atlanta. There's times where he gets kind of caught flat-footed, tries to just use his hand to defend the penetrator, and sometimes that results in a foul. Sometimes that just results in a free lane to the basket, and it's just like sometimes he's not always engaged. You saw his engagement go up defensively in the playoffs, where his defensive rating and performance is far better. And so like the question was, can he take that next step defensively? And so far through 6 games, very early, he's just doing it on both ends. He feels like one of the best players on this team. And we were saying it last week. I mean, he is. That mix of the top 4 players is tight in a way. I mean, like Fox kind of seems like number 1 right now.
Yeah, easily.
But the other 3, it's just like, and then Domas, I still feel like he's so important to what they do.
Yeah,
you take him away, it's such a big issue. But it's just like the way Huerter's knocking down threes right now. It's like the same thing.
Yeah,
he's been super good, both ends of the floor, and like you said, just filling up the stat sheet. I mean, obviously he's not going to shoot over 50% all year, but it's like, will he shoot over 40? It's like there's a decent chance. At least the way he's showing up right now.
Man, Kevin Huerter is a shooter the Kings have needed in Sacramento for the longest time. I feel like we always get like, we just don't have like I just feel like Sacramento has not had a legit knockdown shooter. Like it's in Huerter's hands. Like he takes a shot. Like I have a good feeling that shot's going to go in, and
so does he.
Yeah, exactly. It builds on that confidence. So for me, that he's confident,
Yeah.
And so it's just refreshing. It just feels nice that you just have shooters, just not just Huerter, just everywhere on the floor now with Keegan Murray. He didn't have the best game against Memphis, but he's still a good 3-point shooter. Or sorry, not against Memphis, against the Hornets. Yeah. Even though he had the best plus minus against them. But anyway, he's a good shooter. Monk, a little inconsistent, but I still trust him shooting the 3 ball. Barnes, he's usually, more consistent, and we'll get to him in a second. But it just feels nice that they actually have good shooting wings, and Huerter is 100% leading that charge, and it just feels nice to have like a legit knockdown 3-point shooter. That's what you needed next to Fox Teal. Yeah. He's what we all wish Buddy Hield would have been.
Yeah,
honestly, smart guy, can play defense, can shoot the ball well. Buddy, the IQ just never rose, or his ego got in the way.
Yeah, Buddy could never play the 2-man game because it'd become a 1-man game very quickly.
Yeah, and he's a terrible dribbler too. So.
Yeah, that becomes an issue when you're dribbling it off your shoe top. But, I mean, yeah, he's just been terrific.